Welcome in to DRF Daily, DRF Sports' live stream, coming at you every single weekday at around 11 a.m. We cap off a fantastic MLB week with hopefully four winners today. We went 1-3 yesterday, and we are hovering right around 500. I think we're one or two games below 500. So not the best week so far, but we have a good feeling about it. We're going to be finishing this week out strong, so stay tuned for all of our picks brought to you by DRF Sports Data. Today, we're going to start things off with a little bit of NBA futures talk because apparently there was some breaking news yesterday in the land of Brooklyn. So we'll break down some NBA futures, just talk about it a little bit. And then we're going to go into our MLB games, of course, highlighted by Yankees, Guardians, Rangers, Mets, and Padres, Dodgers as our three best bets of the day. And our featured free game of the day tonight, let me double check. It's going to be Angels, Astros. Astros just got off of a fantastic game against the Yankees last night, a little one-game, one-off thing in Houston. They're taking on the Angels tonight. That will be our featured free game of the day. So without beating around the bush too much, let's dive right into today's NBA future talk. I'm going to pull up what the odds are looking like now on DRF Sportsbook. Kevin Durant last night, or I guess yesterday during the day at around 3 p.m., 3:30-ish, 2:30-ish, announced he wants a trade. He doesn't want to be in Brooklyn anymore, which is really funny considering that all of the talk was surrounding Kyrie just 1 week ago. He then opts into a player option after an opportunity to not take up his player option. I think $35 million for Kyrie. He could have not re-up, signed with the Lakers, ditched KD completely, and now instead of all of that, KD feels like he's ditching Kyrie. There's been reports that they still want to play together, just not in Brooklyn. So just an absolute dumpster fire occurring over there in one of the boroughs in New York City. Yesterday at around 3 p.m., if we're looking at it, Suns were so Kevin Durant announces it, and then according to, I believe it was either Brian Windhorst or Woj, his preferred trade destinations are the Suns and Heat are kind of the two clubhouse leaders as of right now. Maybe there's going to be a late push somewhere else, but according to Woj or Windhorst, maybe both of them, as of right now, KD wants the Suns or the Heat. The Suns just signed Devin Booker to a Supermax deal yesterday when free agency opened, so not sure how the cap situation can play out. If we're talking about Lakers still with the Kyrie situation, Lakers in theory could trade Russell Westbrook, but Russell Westbrook has an $11 million more cap hit, so the Lakers would have to sweeten that pot quite considerably with some draft picks, but that's more on the Kyrie side. The KD side, Suns, Heat. So yesterday at around 3 p.m., 3:05, Suns were sitting at plus 650 to win next year's NBA championship. Heat were plus 900, and the Nets were plus 1,300. Today, Friday, 11:07 a.m., the Suns are now plus 550, you see. This is on DRF Sportsbook. You can check it out at ia.drf.com. Suns are plus 550, so 100 movement, a 100 number movement. And then the Heat, also another huge movement going from plus 900 to plus 800. That's all just based on the fact that KD might get traded there. The Nets have remained steady at plus 1,300, which is quite interesting to me. I wonder if if our odds makers across the country are just worried to change that in case, sentiments change and the Nets keep them, and then all of a sudden you have this super team that you could have gotten at plus 2,000. I think the second KD and or Kyrie leaves, you're going to see that Nets number balloon up to plus 2,000 or more. They're a lottery team without KD or Kyrie. They have absolutely no depth. They're going to be bad without those two superstars. So it's really interesting to see the Suns and Heat make that jump after the news was announced that KD wants to go there. If we show all the teams over here, Lakers are sitting at plus 1,500. They might be able to get something with Kyrie. Kyrie wants to play in LA. It seems like LeBron wants Kyrie back. But all of these other teams, 76ers, Nuggets, Grizzlies, Pelicans, it'll be interesting to see where KD actually ends up. I don't think he has a no trade clause in his contract, so all other 29 teams are complete fair game because he just gave his preferred trade destinations. He didn't demand a trade to one specific team. He still has 4 years left on his contract. A lot up in the air, and Brooklyn is just an absolute dumpster fire right now. KD wants to leave Brooklyn. They're going to get rid of Kyrie. They're blowing it all up. This super team that never was, man, what a time in the sports world. And not only that, USC and UCLA are going to the Big Ten in 2024. So a wild, wild Thursday of just absolute bombshell reporting. So that's some NBA future talks. We're going to move on from all of that, and we're heading into some MLB picks. Yankees, Guardians. The total is set at 8. The Yankees are favored. Guardians plus 190 at home against the New York Yankees, who are coming off of a loss to the Houston Astros, a 2-1 loss. The bats just didn't come alive. And if we're really breaking it down, over the last 7 games, the Yankees have just not performed well at the plate. A sub-200 batting average, I believe .159 over the last 7 at the plate. Granted, over that 7, they're 4-3, and their 3 losses have been to the Astros. Their 4 wins, 1 to the Astros, and they swept the Athletics with terrible play at the plate. But, I mean, that pitching staff, that rotation, bullpen, everything is so strong that they can win a 2-1, 3-1, 4-2 type of game. But it's going to be important for the Yankees to get their bats to come alive a little bit here as we head into July. We're into the dog days of summer. Yankees, they're the best team in baseball, and they continue to win at 56-21 with this bad kind of stretch. It is worth noting Aaron Boone has been really, really good after his teams have gone on at least 3 games of 200 batting average or less. I think he's 6-1 straight up in that 4th game. So tends to bounce back, but we've been playing that 4th game now for 3 games. So I think we can call this a slump. Cleveland, on the other hand, they come into this one winning their last 3. Garrett Cole's going to get the start for the Yankees. Aaron Civale, Civale, will be getting the start for the Guardians. Garrett Cole's been absolutely electric. 6-2, 2.99 ERA. Aaron, I'm going to call him that because I don't think I'm pronouncing his last name right, has been kind of bad this season. 2-4 with a 7.20 ERA. They pick, here we go, folks, Yankees minus 210. This isn't a certified gold star pick, but there is value on the Yankees here. Despite being such a large number, they're so good. They're 4-3 over the last 7, and that's without their bats being alive. A 159 batting average is absolutely abysmal. It's going to turn around, and even if it doesn't, I don't think the Guardians' offense is going to be able to push across that many runs against Garrett Cole and company. So give me the Yankees here in this one, minus 210. I'm going to feel good about that one. Moving on, we're going to go Rangers-Mets. Mets minus 185 at Citi Field here tonight. Texas Rangers plus 180. I'm not sure how you guys are feeling about it, but the Rangers 36-38, 2-2 over their last 4. They are a true up and down team. Mets, though, come into this one losing their last 3. First 3-game losing streak of the Mets season. That losing streak is going to end tonight. Getting the start for Texas is Glenn Otto. Getting the start for the Mets is Chris Bassett. There's not too much to this one. The Mets are minus 185, and there's extreme value according to our power line over at drf.com/sports. Our power line makes this more like minus 256, and they think the Mets win this one 6-3. Mets outscore opponents by 0.7 runs. Not too many home runs, but they hit for average. They get on base at a high clip, and they slug it fairly well. You can see the team statistics overview right there. Texas has been solid this year as an underdog of like plus 150 to plus 190, something like that. They're 7-2, but literally, and I'm not joking, literally every other number, the rating system, everything like that is pointing to the Mets. They have the better pitcher, 6-5, 3.91 ERA, but over the last 3, he's been extremely solid. Not great, but solid. 2.53 ERA, allowing just 2 runs per game and about 5 hits. So you can hit him, but I just don't see this Rangers team taking advantage of that fully. And I see this Mets team, who are experiencing their first 3-game losing streak of the season, have a great bounce-back spot against Glenn Otto, who is 4-3 this season, 5.32 ERA, and his 1 interleague start, he got absolutely blew up. So give me Mets minus 185 here. I think this is also a certified gold star play, one of the biggest discrepancies in power line to actual line that we have today. So moving on from that one, we are going into Padres Dodgers. I led you guys astray last night. I'm going to be completely honest. All the numbers told me San Diego. I thought Joe Musgrove was going to have a better outing than he did. I didn't think Mitch White would would shut down the Padres lineup and only allow one run in his game. So I'm sorry about that. And so tonight we're fading the Padres and we're going Dodgers. Blake Snell is getting the start. Blake Snell has been terrible since leaving Tampa Bay and signing with the Padres. And meanwhile, he's facing off against Tony Gonsolin, arguably one of the best pitchers in the league. And Blake Snell has been arguably one of the worst big-name signings of the last 2 seasons. Gonsolin comes into this one with a 9-0 record, 1.58 ERA, blowing batters away. Snell 0-5, 5.6 ERA. So a little bit of a mismatch on the mound. And I sarcastically put in my notes, what a battle of pitchers, just complete opposites. Knowing my luck, you're going to bet the Dodgers here minus 170. And of course, Blake Snell's going to pick up his first win of the year, and Tony Gonsolin's going to get his first loss. I don't think that's happening. I think Tony Gonsolin's going to kind of blow away every San Diego batter. Apparently, no Machado, no Tatis, no a few other players. Kind of impacts this team. And the Dodgers have been able to string together some fantastic performances this season. They're 8-1 straight up after a low-scoring victory. They're coming off of a low-scoring victory, 3-1. San Diego out-hit the Dodgers last night. However, the Dodgers only stranded 2 runners and had better situational hitting. 5 hits for the Dodgers, 7 for the Padres. I think the Dodgers are going to continue hitting it when they need to hit it. Now, I don't think they're going to completely light up Blake Snell, but all the numbers are telling me Los Angeles in this one. It's a certified gold star pick. The Dodgers going to win this one, minus 170. Our power line likes this in the minus 200, like 30s. So give me Dodgers minus 170. I can't fade Tony Gonsolin. I faded good pitchers too many times this season, and every single time it has burned me. So moving on from all of that, let's recap our 3 MLB best bets. We're going Yankees minus 210 against the Guardians. We're going Mets minus 185 against the Rangers. And we're going Dodgers minus 170 against the Padres. We're feeling the favorites today on this July 1st. We're trying to start off July with a bang, trying to finish out this week with a bang and stay above 500. So if you aren't already, follow us on Twitter at DRF_sports. And if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe as well there. Never miss our expert insights. You can also check us out, our free game of the day, which is coming up next at drf.com/sports. And now for our free game of the day. Are you ready for it? Boom, Angels, Astros. It's our free game of the day. Go to drf.com/sports. Click the game of the day tab up on the top of our webpage. I'll show you guys where it is located. Right here, free game of the day, you go to our homepage. It's going to look exactly like this. This is where you're going to come into. You just click here, free game of the day. Game of the day. It's going to populate with all of our content we put in throughout the day. So far, we're creating the content as we speak here. But it's Angels Astros. Astros are minus 155 in this one, and they're coming off of a huge 2-1 win yesterday against the Yankees. Angels, on the other hand, they won on the 29th. They were off yesterday, and they're playing today. Angels this season 3-7 after a day off. Meanwhile, the Astros pitching has been fantastic against great teams, specifically the Yankees. They've held them to 1 run or less in 3 of their last 5 matchups. And the Angels are a worse team. I think that's not crazy to say. The Angels are a worse team than the Yankees. Give me Houston here, minus 155. I think it's fantastic value. It's not a certified gold star pick, but at minus 155, our power line makes it 153. So it's right on the money. It's not, according to our power line, a great value, but at home, everything in favor of the Astros. They're starting Christian Javier, who is 5-3, but a solid 3.33 ERA. But the key is over his last 3 starts, he's really found his footing. He has a 1.5 ERA, and he's allowed just 2 hits per start and 1 run per start. He'll be facing off against the Angels' Michael Lorenzen, 6-5, 4.24 ERA. I was reading too fast. And over his last 3, he has a 6.28 ERA. Houston also has beat up on right-handed pitchers this season. They're up 10 units if you have bet them on every single money line against every single right-handed batter. They've only lost 19 games against right-handed pitching. And so today, another right-handed pitcher. And the Angels, this is just the icing on the cake and extremely why I'm going the Astros. They don't perform well against good pitching. Or I guess I should say pitching that doesn't allow a lot of hits, which is what Javier is. And on top of that, he's been so good over his last 3 starts. That continues today against an Angels lineup that hasn't really performed all that well. They bat .237, on base .301 with a .401 slugging, 96 home runs, and they outscore opponents by just .1 run per game. So not an electric offense that is going to destroy you in the run column. Give me the Astros minus 155. They win according to our simulator in this one 4-3. The total is set at 8. So if you lean the under, I wouldn't blame you. However, I think Angels not playing well against good pitching. Astros having a really good pitcher who's found his stride over the last 3 games. I think Astros can easily win this one going away, and they're coming off such a big win against the Yankees. I think they bounce back offensively after being held just to 2 runs. So that's the breakdown today for our Angels-Astros free game of the day. You can find all of that information and even more at drf.com/sports. In the description of this video, wherever you're watching, you can find the link that takes you directly to our game of the day page. I urge you, I don't know if urge you is the right word. I'd love for you guys to check it out, see what's going on our free game of the day page, and let us know on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anything like that, what you guys want to see on the game of the day page as well. So let's recap some of our best bets, or by some of our best bets, all of our best bets. Yankees minus 210 today against the Guardians. Mets minus 185 against the Rangers. And that, friends, is a certified gold star pick. We're going Dodgers minus 170 against the Padres. And that is also a certified gold star pick. And we're also going to go Astros against the Angels in our free game of the day. Astros minus 155. And to start July off, I'm feeling a fantastic, maybe 3-1 day, 4-0 day, something like that. Let's start July off with a bang. Let's finish this week out with a bang. We're hovering 1 game above 500. This is the end of week 3. We're 28-27. Yesterday on Thursday, I was so hyped. We had 3 dogs. I had great value on all of them. But we went 1-3. Only dog that hit was Astros plus 110. So we're looking ahead to today. We are feeling a solid day. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to DRF Daily. If you're not already, follow us on Twitter at DRF_sports. Like and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. DRF Sports there. Facebook, Instagram, everything like that. We're just DRF Sports there as well. So until next Monday, have a profitable weekend. Let's make some money together. See ya.